Hi, I'm Aaron Thomas with prenups.com, and today I'm answering the question, can same-sex couples get a prenup? Yes, since 2015, the Supreme Court has held the same-sex couples in the United States should have the same access to marriage as heterosexual couples, and with that comes the right to premarital agreements. The same benefits exist for all couples, regardless of sexuality in a prenup. Protecting the assets you brought into the marriage, signing responsibility for debts, and protecting your spouse from your debts, gaining transparency over financial issues at the beginning of your marriage, determining how you will structure your finances during the marriage, including how you'll set up your bank accounts, who will pay for what, where your income will go, etc. Reducing arguments over finances during your marriage, protecting the inheritance of children, avoiding litigation if things go south, making decisions about your financial relationship while you and your spouse are in the best position to do so. Obviously, all of these issues are of interest to every couple. It's important to note that domestic partnerships and civil unions do not give you the right to a prenup. So if you are or were previously in a domestic partnership or a civil union, depending on the jurisdiction, you may have had the ability to accumulate joint property but not have a prenup. So if you get married, it's a great idea to be clear about what constitutes your joint or community property and what is separate in the form of an agreement. Now, something that may be specific to many same-sex couples is this. Because same-sex couples were denied the right to marriage for so long, there are many same-sex couples who have been in a relationship and or lived together for many years, maybe decades, without having the opportunity to clarify each spouse's ownership of the house, for example, or responsibility towards certain debts and similar types of issues. It would not be unusual for a couple like this to be living in a home that is in one spouse's name, but the other spouse has been contributing to the mortgage for years, and it could be a good time to sit down and decide what each spouse's ownership interest is. Same with debts that each spouse has accumulated over many years of a relationship. Which of those are considered joint debts and which are separate? You may be filing taxes together in the future, and there are considerations to be made there. You don't want one spouse's past due tax liability to impact the refund that the other spouse is expecting this upcoming year, right? So there's a particular need to consider a prenup or a postnup if you're in a long-term relationship but are only recently getting married. Also, same-sex couples who are older when they get married may have more assets, more complex finances. If you're getting married when you're 20, it can be a pretty easy union from a financial perspective. Each spouse may have only one bank account, one credit card, no retirement usually, hopefully not a ton of student loans. If it were a business, it'd be like a startup company starting from scratch. Meanwhile, a couple in their 40s or 50s getting married is a whole different ballgame. You could be talking about 5 or 6 bank accounts each, 3 or 4 credit cards each, multiple retirement accounts, interests in real estate, brokerage accounts, businesses. A couple getting married at this stage of life isn't like a startup company. It's like a corporate merger. And the failure to be clear about what belongs to one spouse, what belongs to the other spouse, and what belongs to the marital unit can set a couple up for lots of confusion and arguments down the line. So same-sex couples that have been together but not married for many years may have even more of a reason to consider a prenup or postnup. There are also certain issues that may apply more frequently in same-sex couples, such as questions around adoption, surrogacy, fertility treatments. Just like in any prenup, you can't address issues of custody or child support. You can, however, address ownership of frozen embryos and what each spouse's rights towards the embryos would be in the event of a divorce. As always, if you want to know more about the benefits of a prenup or a postnup, come check us out at prenups.com.